Hi there, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 16 and a brand new season of Arsenal, the First Stars. We look to win the Champions League for the club for the very first time. And, well, as I said, welcome to a new season. Now, I thought we'd start on this screen so to see what the board's expectations are for the season. Premier League, qualify for the Champions League. Fair enough. Champions League, reach the semi-finals. That's tough, I'm not going to lie. First year back in the competition after a few years away. We've got to reach the semi-finals. I feel like they're being a little bit harsh there. We have the European Super Cup. That's not important. That's coming up in a few days here. I don't think we're going to show that on the channel, to be honest, because it doesn't really matter. FA Cup, reach the final. Sure, why not? Carabao Cup isn't important, and the Community Shield isn't important. Spoiler alert, we've already played it. But let's have a look at the transfers. I think that's the next best place to start, because we have made a couple. Now, if you remember, at the end of last season, we lost Cech and Lichtsteiner to retirement, and Welbeck didn't end up renewing his contract. He just wanted too much. He wanted 80 grand a week. So they've left. In addition to that, Matt McKay, just a backup goalkeeper, 1.1 million to Sheffield United. I think we've got a good deal for him. He wasn't going to play. Constant, that other Greek defender, we've sold him off to Bournemouth. 4.4 million, job done there. Kelechi Nwokali. He was Nigerian. He didn't have a work permit. We could have tried to loan him back out to Portugal or somewhere to see if he could get one. I don't think he was good enough to play for us in any case, so I just sold him off to Sion, you can see, for just under 3 million with the potentially rising up. Emiliano Martinez, now I did consider keeping him as a backup goalkeeper, but if you remember, we did sign in January Jack Butland, and we loaned him back to Stoke for the year. We have him now, so I didn't really see a sense in keeping him as third string. He was kind of making noises that he wanted to leave to play football. So we sold him off, got just over 5.75 million for him. I think that's a decent enough deal. Takuma Asano, now he was in loan in Germany last year. His attributes physically are quite good as a winger. We have plenty of wingers. We have plenty of wingers with better technical attributes and mental, to be fair, as well. So we sold him off to Burnley, 8.25 million, rising to 11.5. No doubt he'll come back and score against us at some point this season. And then Christian Balashek, again, he wasn't going to play for us. We wanted a bit of cash in, so we have sold him off just under £1 million to a Polish club, Wisla Krakow. So he's back there to get his career back underway. But the ins are what we care about, isn't it? You can see there's two big ones. Pietro Pellegrini, we did end up signing him. 34 million, rising up to 94 if we win Champions League and Premier League and things like that. But there was some talk in the comments. I think Dave, chief amongst them, was the main contributor here. Long term, I think he's a better option than Patrick Schick, and I think if we don't end up winning the Champions League this year, that being our stated goal, I think by this time next year he's going to be better than Schick anyway, so we signed him. 50 million he's already valued at. The other big signing coming in was Nelson Semedo. Now, with Lichtsteiner retiring, we needed another right back to play with, or to sort of alternate with Bellerin. This guy's pretty friggin' good, if I don't say so myself. Look at those physical stats. Pace, acceleration, and agility. Just as good as Bellerin. This guy's arguably better than Bellerin. He's at least on level, isn't he? We paid for him, don't get me wrong, 36 million, rising to 51. But I think we now have two really, really, really good options at right back, right wing back. So I'm happy to sign him. And the other one we signed was a bit of a prospect, Isaac from Valencia. He popped up on my scouting report, 1.1 million. Not really one for this season. We'll give him a game in the Carabao Cup, things like that. But really, really good potential. And again, he's someone that I think, for the future, is going to do really, really well for the club, even if it's after we leave for pastures new. Now let's have a look now at how pre-season got on. And I'll be honest, it was a little bit hit and miss. We started with Dortmund. I tried to really test this, as you can see in friendlies here. I started with Dortmund. We were slightly outplayed in this one, but it was a decent first game. We got a third-minute goal from Mesut Ozil, which was nice. But yeah, they got a penalty back, and that ended 1-1. Then we played Bayern Munich, again away from home. We were outplayed in this game, but we were strong defensively, and an own goal, 34th minute from Kingsley Coman, got us the win there. AZ Alkmaar, we was. I'm talking like Terry there. We were strong in this one. You can see 5 goals. Guendouzi, an own goal. Rob Holding, Olsen, and Pellegrini with his first for the club. Then we played Paris, again away from home. This was an even game, actually, and it was good to see that we could sort of go stride for stride with a good team. They actually went 2-0 up. Then we fought back. This is where Patrick Schick ended up. Lacazette with a penalty. Pellegrini with another goal. Luton Town, now you'll notice this was more of a backup team that we played, but we were still too good for them. Tyrese John Jules, one of our young strikers at the club, he got a double. Antonio Marin as well. Expect to see more of him this season. He got a goal. Then we played Schalke. This is where Denny Welbeck ended up. We actually played against Denny Welbeck in this game. Again, another strong performance. Joe Wilcox, one of our young midfield prospects, and Alex Iwobi with the goals. So that was good. Then we played Cologne. Again, we were quite good in this, but the score did flatter us a touch. We weren't 3-0 good. Pellegrini with 2, Alex Iwobi with a goal. Last friendly of the pre-season was against Lazio. Again, 3-0. We were average in the first half. It was 0-0, much better in the second half. Lacazette, Olsen, and Amachi, I think you pronounced that. Another one of our young prospects from the academy, a winger. Again, we'll probably see him in the Carling Cup this year. And then competitive football got underway with, I meant that more as the Community Shield, not that we played Manchester United. Take that as you will. It got underway with the Community Shield. This was actually a much more even game than the score suggests. But we actually looked quite good, especially in attack. Reece Nelson getting I think it was his first goal for the club, actually. He was on loan in Germany last year, so I think he's going to play for us this year. He got a goal. Milinkovic-Savic, Mkhitaryan, and Pellegrini with his first competitive goal for the club as well. Now, this episode, just because it's going to go on a little bit, I don't want it to go on too long, would show Swansea. The Super Cup, I don't know. If you really wanted to see it, guys, I'm sorry. I just feel like it's a bit of a nothing game. We have Manchester United 3 of our first 4 games this year against Manchester United. We have them in the league. But it's going to be Swansea this episode. But to warm up for that, let's look back on some of our best goals from pre-season. Okay, some nice ones in there, right? Now let's see what the team was sending out against Swansea. And this is it. This is more or less our strongest team to start with. It's Leno in goal. It's Tierney, Mustafi, Socrates, and Bellerin across the back. Zako and Milinkovic-Savic in midfield. Nelson, just to have a quick look at him since we haven't seen him before. That's Nelson. He's going to start at the right wing here for us. He can play in behind the striker as well, but very, very decent player there for us. Mkhitaryan is going to play in behind Pellegrini, getting his Premier League debut, with Iwobi playing out left. We'll look at the bench because it's the first game of the year as well. Butland, of course, the backup goalkeeper now. That's not a bad backup, is it? He will do very, very nicely for us. We might look to play him in cups, I think, as well. Tyrone Mings, I have a story for Tyrone Mings. When we get into the game, but I'm not really pleased with Tyrone Mings right now. But he's on the bench because he can cover centre-back and left-back. Semedo, Torreira, Ramsey, Smith Rowe, and Aubameyang. Now, Aubameyang was injured all of pre-season, which is why he hasn't started, why you didn't see his name amongst those top goals there. And the other one, of course, that's missing is Mesut Ozil again. Was injured most of pre-season, so he's not still coming back from that injury. So that's why we don't see him right now. But this is it. This is our team. Let's see what we can do against newly promoted Swansea. All right, so a few debutants for Swansea, it looks like, especially in their back four. That looks like a very defensive lineup, but we'll see how we go here. In terms of a team talk, we're at home. I think it's going to be first game, just passionate, go out there, do it for the fans. Some calm, we have faith. We'll see how Pellegrini reacts here. I'm thinking we might tell him calmly, there's no pressure on him today. The boo sometimes can mess with players. And here we go. So Tyrone Mings. So here's the thing with Tyrone Mings and how he cost us John Stones. So John Stones is transfer listed right now with Manchester City, £44 million. So needless to say, I tried to sign him. We had agreed a deal with Manchester City, 12 million plus Koscielny. Flick on it is not quite a goal. 12 million plus Koscielny with Koscielny going the other way. Deal agreed with John Stones. The only issue was that we were about 8 million short of the transfer, of everything, including his sign-on fee, because he wanted a bit too much sign-on fee, in my own personal opinion. But to get John Stones, we were going to do it. So that meant selling Tyrone Mings. Deal agreed with, I think it was with Brighton, for him to go for the money we needed to make this deal happen. And there's our opening goal of the season for Alex Iwobi. We'll talk about why we don't want Tyrone Mings in a second. But from a corner, it looks like Sissoko may be messed up there, according to the commentary. His name is highlighted as well, which is usually a sign, isn't it? Like when the camera cuts away to the defensive player on Sky. Yeah, that looked a bit average, but Iwobi's there, taps it in, and that is 1-0. So a deal agreed for Brighton to sell Tyrone Mings to them for the money we needed, and Tyrone Mings rejected the contract. Needless to say, the John Stones transfer fell through. Koscielny's contract's up at the end of the year, so we're probably going to lose him for nothing now, when we could have lost him along and got John Stones in return. So leave what you think of Tyrone Mings right now in the comments if you like. But yeah, Tyrone Mings cost us John Stones, and that's that. But we'll move on. I actually do like him as a bench player, because as you can see, he can cover both left back and centre back adequately. So he's a good player to have on the bench, and we can play him in cup games and all that sort of thing. There we go. There's a mistake from the defender. Pellegrini's in here. Can he get his first goal for the club? It's not coming back enough. I'm sort of playing Pellegrini here because he is a new toy rather than Lacazette. I think ideally Lacazette is probably still ahead of Pellegrini. Pellegrini's a bench player if we need a goal. Back post, it's Milinkovic-Savic. He's missed a bit of a sitter there. If we need a goal, if we're playing a team that's weak in the air or that allows sort of crosses into the box, that's why we have Pellegrini in the squad for this season. Now, what's happening here? We might give this a demand more. We have the lead, so we don't need to do too much. We're doing the right things. We're dominating the game. I've only had one shot on goal. Here's Reece Nelson over a free kick. First we've seen of him. It looks like a good one to the back post. Milinkovic-Savic. He doesn't make a mistake the second time around. We are absolutely destroying Swansea City on set pieces right now. It's not how we like to score our guys. It's not how we like to score our goals, ideally. But they don't draw pictures on the scorebook, do they? They just tally a goal. And so that's all that really matters. And that is not too bad at all. We might give them a little bit of praise coming into half-time here. A little bit of complacency sneaking in, which I don't like. Can we get a hat-trick from set pieces before half-time? Headers in, and it is a goal! It's Socrates getting his first. It was a Mustafi flick on it, a little knockdown more than a flick on, wasn't it? And Socrates at the near post just deflected it into the net for us. That's 3-0 before the break. That should be enough to beat Swansea City, shouldn't it, at home? Especially given that they're newly promoted. Was that one from the training ground? It might well be. It looked to me a little bit like Mustafi was going for goal and just happened to find Socrates in the way. But there we go. We're up into second. Means nothing this early in the year, though, does it? Now, Tierney had an injury pre-season as well. You can see he's still coming back 74%. We're looking at subs for the second half, especially given the state of the game. I think we might look to bring Mings on for him. Mings himself had an injury in pre-season. We'll go with a... Do we go we're happy? We'll just say we're happy. We'll try and get rid of some of this complacency, assertive, not happy. I don't really know. In the FM19, it would blank out the complacency, so you knew that you sort of knocked that out of them, I guess. I don't really know. I don't know if just the fact that there's a green response to the talk means that you've got it out of them. I'm assuming you do, but don't really know. It's a little bit lungy, isn't it, from Bellerin, but that's okay. We could look to give a debut to Semedo here as well. Let me know what you think of the transfer window too, by the way. I know it's not too much, but just sort of strengthening. Another set piece and almost another goal from I think was that Savic? I think that was Milinkovic-Savic with the header. I just feel like we just kind of strengthened where we needed to strengthen. So I'm relatively happy. We could have signed, in theory, what's his face? Eden Hazard. He's actually a Manchester United player right now. The reason I didn't, and at the time I hadn't signed Semedo, and we could have just about maybe organised a deal with Chelsea for him, was that we needed a right back. And I just feel like those attacking areas, we have Iwobi, and we're not as good as Hazard, not for a second, don't get me wrong. But we have Mkhitaryan, we have Ozil, we have players in that position that wasn't what we needed necessarily. If we hadn't needed to strengthen right back, then it's one of those that you sign him because he's available and he's the best player you're going to have in that position. But we did need to strengthen other areas, and I know from Arsenal fans of mine, or friends of mine, that that's an Arsenal thing, isn't it? You just sign attacking players even though there's weaknesses everywhere else on the field. So I didn't want to fall into that trap, so we didn't sign Eden Hazard. So that's what happened there, but a little bit concerned about our defending just there. Is that a problem? Probably, but we would have liked to have had him. I'm going to demand more here because we're not playing well. We would have liked to have had him, but at the end of the day, we've got a better all-round squad by not having him. But again, let me know what you think in the comments. Should we have signed Eden Hazard and not look to have a backup right back? We didn't really have... Callum Chambers is back on loan, so he can play there, but that's sort of pigeonholing players in. Callum Chambers is going to be sort of like one of our backups, so him, Rob Holding, will be sort of the two backup central defenders, along with Koscielny. Koscielny's contract's up at the end of the year. Don't know if I want to re-sign him or not. We'll see how he goes. I really, really would wish that we could have sent him to City and got Stones back. Even though it would have cost us a little bit. That's another ball into the box. We're not playing well, and that goal has been coming. I'm not quite sure what to tell them here. This is the problem sometimes. If at halftime, when there was complacency, I shouldn't have told them. I shouldn't have praised them. I should have said, "Don't get complacent." That again is my mistake. What do we do here? I don't know what to tell them. I'm going to tell them to get creative, try and get something going the other way. What I am also going to do is we're going to make some subs. We're going to bring a Aubameyang on, try and get some match fitness in, take Pellegrini off. Pellegrini hasn't had his best game. He's looked okay in pre-season, but that wasn't his best game. And the other player that's looking complacent there is Granit Xhaka. So we'll bring Torreira on for him and try and snap them out of this. Bellerin's looking complacent. Maybe we should have given Semedo a game as well, but I might play him in the European Super Cup after this. I'm tempted to show it. I don't want the episode to go on too long. That's a penalty, and this should be a good way for it. Oh no, it's Milinkovic-Savic that's going to take the penalties. I've sort of fixed up the set pieces for the new season, so it looks like Milinkovic-Savic is going to be the penalty taker rather than Aubameyang. We'll see how he goes. That's a good penalty, isn't it? That's a really good penalty. That's 4-1. That puts the game to bed. Even now, I'm tempted. I don't want the episode to go on too long. What I might do, I'll have a look at how long the recording's been going for after this game, and then we'll see if we want to do it. I try to keep the episodes below half an hour, otherwise they get a little bit long and tedious. But a part of me thinks we've qualified for the Super Cup. Maybe I should show it. It'll be a surprise. When we come back after this game, I can edit out while the game's processing, and it'll be a surprise if we're going to do the Super Cup or not. And hopefully you guys will be okay with my decision, whatever it is. There's Mings, and he get a cross in to corner. That's okay though. It should be it. There we go. So we're in the 6th minute of 3. It's a good start to the season. It's a shame we didn't quite come out after half-time, but we did end up eventually deciding that we'd play some football in the second half as well. So we'll say we're well done, happy with how we played, and let's go on. All right, I've decided you guys do probably want to see the Super Cup, don't you? You probably want to see it. So we're going to show it. If the episode gets a little bit long, I apologize. But yeah, I feel like you probably do want to see it, don't you? And I'm talking through a processing screen, which I don't usually do. But wait right there, guys, and we will be back for the Super Cup. Alright, welcome back. We're going to do the Super Cup, but I thought before we do that, we should probably look at the finances coming into the new season. You can see we're looking good. 20 million left in the transfer budget, and there's a reason for that, and we're going to get to that in just a second, because somebody else has left the club. But yeah, we're almost spending our wage budget. We're a little bit under, a little bit further under now since the last departure as well. So we might have, the transfer window's closed, so there's nothing we can do now, but I might have another sneaky bid for John Stones and see if we can get that deal that was almost done for now, get it done for January. Now, the reason that we have a little bit extra cash is because Espina's left the club. 8.5 million, sorry. He wasn't going to play, so we got him out the door, and that now means that we could have signed John Stones, if only. Let's have a look at the team we're sending out for the Super Cup. And there's another new face to introduce, which I should have done earlier, it was my own fault. You'll see we have a new striker on the bench here, David Bergkamp. We'll try and give him a debut in this game because it doesn't really mean anything. But, yep, named after one of you guys, Academy product. If somebody else would like to have a player named after you, you two could be on the bench for Arsenal in the Super Cup against Manchester United. Let's have a look at the team we're sending out. It is all changed because we do have them coming up in the league in a few days after this. I'm prioritising that because this really doesn't mean that much. It would be good to win, but it's not that big of a deal. So Butland's going to make his debut for us in goal. Mings, Mustafi, Socrates and Semedo as a back four. Ramsey and Guendouzi in midfield. Smith-Rowe and Iwobi with Mkhitaryan in behind Lacazette as the, hopefully, goal-scoring quartet up top. And for all you David Bergkamp fans out there, number 23, I should have said too, is your squad number. So hopefully you can add to the number of famous names that have worn that number over the years. Now make sure we go there and do this one for the fans. I'm going to say we're the underdogs. Performance to cheer for. Are we the underdogs? I forgot to check the. We'll do it for the fans. Let's just say that, and then we'll go calm. We have faith, and yeah, let's get out there and see if we can put another 4 past Manchester United. All right, here we go. Like I say, it essentially means nothing, and I've made the decision to not play the first string team for the most part. That said, I really want to win this game because I'm a very bad loser and I want to win every game that I play. So let's see here. Let's get creative. It's a good opportunity to get some debuts out of the way in a game that, like, essentially, it doesn't mean anything, but it does. It does mean something because it's a game and I want to win. But yeah, like I said, David Bergkamp, if you want to have an Academy product named after you, Ramsey's picked up an injury. This is the reason why we don't play first-string players necessarily in this game. So let's go with Torreira. Can probably play that role, can't he? Let's go with Torreira. We probably might look to sit him more defensively, though. He's a bit more of a defensive player than Ramsey is, so I think we'll probably get more out of him by using him less going forward in a way. Let's give it another get creative here. If you look at that Manchester United team, by the way, you will notice, Icardi, Eden Hazard, who else did they sign? Here goes, speak of the devil, Eden Hazard. They're a really good team this year. Don't let Alexis Sanchez... Oh, a little bit of luck there off the post. Don't let that 4-0 sort of fool you because they were really good. They're a really good team. Who else have they got there that they signed? Oh, that Diaz defender was quite good. They're a good team. They are a good team. Mings goes early over the top for Iwobi. Let's see here. I did choose to play Iwobi, I don't know why, to be honest. I just chose to play Iwobi. No real reason behind it. This looks as though it's going to be a Manchester United highlight. That's a good ball, isn't it, there for Hazard. Can we get a block in? It doesn't look like we can. He's pulled it back for Icardi. And that's the opening goal. I feel like we're sitting a little deep here. Let's go up a little bit more, and we should probably be more compact in midfield as well. That's, not ideal. Not ideal. Yeah. They're a good, as I said, they're a good team. They are a good team. Chelsea are considerably weaker after the what's it called? Pre-season, post-season, summertime, whatever you want to call it. I think this is probably our title rival, if I'm honest. City are decent as well, so obviously they'll be tough. But I think it's probably between the two of us. And Liverpool as well. They didn't seem to do too much that I noticed through the transfer window. So they were good last year, so there's no reason why they won't be good this year. But I do think that we're looking at our title rivals here. Back to the good old days. Was that the early 2000s, late 90s, wasn't it, when Wenger first came in? Oh, that's a good header. That is a good header, but we're not playing well. We don't need to see that again. Yeah, not playing well. Can we get one back? We really, well, we goes without saying, but we need to score this next goal, don't we? Semedo to Mkhitaryan back to Semedo. Now we know he's good. We see his attributes that he's good. He's going to take some time to settle in, though. That's a nice little touch, though, isn't it? Can he get that cross in? Back for Guendouzi. Look at back at Semedo. Just whip this ball in, mate. Just get it in there. Get it in. Oh, for the love of football, get it in the friggin' box. Smith Rowe now, can he get a cross in? Alright, we've still got the ball, Guendouzi, back for Smith Rowe. This highlight continues. I'm hoping it's going to end in a goal for us. Is it going to go the other way now? Oh, we're going to go and concede, aren't we? Long highlights lead to goals. I don't like this. I do not like... Oh, there's a man over. Lexi Sanchez, anyone but him. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it again. Ho-ho! Tyrone Mings, and that's the highlight. We'll give it a get creative. I don't really know what else to yell at them. We're just being outplayed right now. I guess the good side of this is that it's not the first choice team, so we kind of have an excuse. If we had gone with the first string and sort of had this going our way, then I kind of wouldn't have any leg to stand on, would I? But at least now I can be like, well, we weren't taking it that seriously. And... you know that's what Mourinho would be saying if it was on the other foot, don't you? There's a good ball over the top for Lacazette. Can he get onto that? Lacazette! What a finish! Snuck it at the near post. I think De Gea has some questions to answer there. It looked like he sort of anticipated far post, and Lacazette has gone the other way and just tucked it inside the near post with a really, really good finish. It's a bit of a hack forward, if we're honest. Long ball from Iwobi, but that three men closing in on him, and yeah, De Gea is he's given him the eyes, hasn't he? Giving him the eyes. De Gea is going for the far post, and he's just rolled it past him onto the near post. That was what we'd like to see. Can we equalise this before half time? Oh, it's gone from doom and gloom in here to a little bit of hope, hasn't it? Go on, Semedo. Can he get a cross in? Oh, he's got to cross the ball. Semedo, you're already doing my head in, mate. Just get a ball into the box. It's there for Torreira. Back to Guendouzi. Semedo. Get down to the byline. Just get the freaking ball in the box. Cross the ball. I'm going to have a word with him at half time. Cross the effing ball. Socrates has done well there. He's going to win it again. Semedo has the ball. That's kind of what you need to do. It's a decent cross-field ball. Now you just need to do it when you're up in an attacking area into the box. We're a little bit stretched here. A little bit stretched. Got away with one there. We're being outplayed. I feel, well, maybe not outplayed. The attributes. The match stats are relatively even. But we can see we're being outplayed. Yes, Semedo's not playing well. So we're going to say... I'm going to say we're unlucky. We're going to go into tactics, and we're going to have a word with Semedo. I don't know what his problem is. It's like he refuses to cross the ball. I don't care. Cross the ball more often. Let's try that. Because he's not crossing it at all right now, so... Try it, mate. Just experiment. Try crossing the ball. Try anything once. You never know what... Oh, Ruben Neves, that was the other player that United signed. Maybe not the best, to be honest, but he's a good player, so they're not weaker because of him. But perhaps it's not the headline signing. There we go, Mings, Guendouzi into Mkhitaryan. This is looking nice. Mkhitaryan against his former club. Mkhitaryan! Couldn't quite get him that shot properly, could he? Socrates is looking anxious, although they're inspired by the Get Creative. Changes. I'm tempted to go for a change of formation here, actually. Can we win that? No. Really put a spanner in the works. We want to get Bergkamp off the bench. I also want to get Aubameyang a couple of minutes here to get his match fitness up as well. Oh, come on. No, that's a good pass. Oh, got away with it, kind of. Have we kind of again? Oh, for a third time. How have they missed that? That's, I tell you what, an absolutely cracking save from Butland on the line there, wasn't it? But we have definitely got away with one there. You know what isn't working, actually? We're defending narrowly, and I don't think that's working. Let's maybe try defending with a bit... Hang on, let me think how they're coming at us. We'll just defend... excuse me, standard. Smith Rowe's not having a great game. Alright, we're going to make some changes here. We're going two up top. This formation served us well for the majority of last season. Mings can play there. Now, the problem I foresee here is that I know what changes I want to make, but we need someone to play left wing back. Can Awobi go there? Looks like a left wing back to me. What do you think? So Mings for Smith Rowe. Switch those two around. I think Socrates is the better cover defender, isn't he? No, wait, Mings can play as a ball winner. And Mustafi, a ball winner, ball player, I should say. Same for Mustafi. Where is he here? Where's our man? Bergkamp, you're coming on, mate. Warm up. And we'll do a Aubameyang as well. Oh, let's maybe hold off on a Aubameyang. I'm being silly trying to force a Aubameyang. I mean, you'd argue I'm being silly trying to get Bergkamp on the field, but I'm not being silly doing that at all. So Bergkamp, don't know if it's any relation. I suspect maybe not, but you never know. Alright. Can he net us equalising and or winning goal here? Let's give it another get creative. In comes the highlight. Kolasinac is there. I'm resting Tierney for this one just completely. I didn't want to sort of have the option to bring him off the bench. So that's why he's there. This is a good one for Samita. Alright, cross it, mate. Cross it. Just try it. Do it for me and just try it. There it is. Ball into the box. It's headed away. Kolasinac is there, though, to retrieve. Can he get another ball across the box? Come on, mate. Look for Bergkamp. Mkhitaryan. Guendouzi. Torreira. Mkhitaryan. Guendouzi again. Look at Samito in space. Guendouzi! Oh! Decent effort. Decent effort. We're playing with a higher line. I guess that's okay. I guess that's alright. Alright. We have the corner. I think Torreira, yeah, is the corner taker. What can he do here? Back post, headed down. Is it Mings? Penalty? No, it's another corner. Oh, come on. We've done okay, actually. We're not being completely outplayed. I just feel like their chances have been much better chances than what ours have been. I don't want to say show some passion. Let's push forward. It hasn't gone down too well, to be honest. How's Bergkamp's doing okay. He's motivated. Let's go attacking. Let's go very attacking. We have nothing to lose. This game, it literally means nothing. Let's demand more and see if last push can we get something from this game. Oh, we can. It's a red card. Oh, Guendouzi, you dumbass. I don't know if that's going to mean he is now suspended for the Champions League. I mean, he's not necessarily first choice in any case, so it doesn't really matter in that sense. We'll drop Mkhitaryan back in. We're playing still as an advanced playmaker. We're playing on attack. But that makes life a little bit more difficult for us, doesn't it? Maybe we shouldn't have shown the Super Cup after all. Can we give it one last, get creative, last chance saloon here. It's attacking throw, Mkhitaryan back to Samito. Just please cross it. Please, please cross it. I don't know what his problem is. I just don't understand why he refuses to cross a football. Torreira knocks it up. It's a decent ball for Kolasinac. Can he get it first time? We've got a man free at the back post. I think it's Lacazette. Come on, no. Delo's there. He's not letting him get that ball in the box, is he? Damn. I think that's it. Mings is there. Mings versus Icardi. That's going to end well, I'm sure. Don't let him score. Mings is there to clear it. There's the final whistle. Guys, I'm sorry. Couldn't get the win there. I don't think we played poorly. We don't want to watch that. I don't think we were, to be honest, I think we were quite decent. We were at least they're equal, and it was our second string team against what looks suspiciously like a first choice team for them. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased, but in hindsight, really, I'm okay with that, I think. I think everything other than the result about that game was fine. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's a shame we couldn't have given David Bergkamp what's he done? 3 to 4 months, broken foot. So that's Ramsey for a while, isn't it? And Smith Rowe, just a gash, so he's fine. Shame we couldn't give David Bergkamp a match-winning debut, but these things happen. Now, is he suspended? Yeah, so he's suspended now for the Champions League, so that was stupid, wasn't it? But guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed that. Premier League got off to a good start. The reserves couldn't quite get the job done in the Super Cup against Manchester United, but these things happen, don't they? We'll be back next episode. That'll be, what's today? Tuesday? Monday? What day is it today? I don't even know what day it is. We'll be back in 2 days' time. One day Villa, one day Arsenal. So in 2 days' time, what day is it today? No, I watched Monday Night Football last night, so it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So we'll be back on Thursday for Liverpool and the first game in our Champions League campaign. Once I know the draw, I will tweet out our group. As I don't know when we're going to get that draw. It's going to be a little while though, I think. But it's at Aussie Villain on Twitter if you do happen to have Twitter. Keep an eye out for that. But until Thursday, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed that, as I said, thumbs up. If you are new, welcome to the channel. Please do subscribe, ring the bell. It's great to have new people on board all the time. But as I said, I'll be back on Thursday. I'm Aussie Villain. Take care.